I'm Sala, and in this video I am starting to solve the exam we had on December 2025 on our Introduction to Automatic Control Systems course over the design of PID controllers. We will divide the presentation in several videos according to the different sub-questions being asked in the problem statement. So let us read the problem statement and the questions we are going to solve. The problem statement is actually divided into sub-problems. The first one discussing some electromechanical drive transfer functions. With the block diagram we have here below, in which we are doing speed control, velocity control loop. And then we have a second problem in which we add an integrator. So we will be asked to solve a position control loop, second order system in open loop. And that will be the second half, let's say, of the solution of this exam question that will be left for a continuation video. So let us concentrate on the first problem. In this video, we are going to solve the A sub-question, let's say, the closed-loop transfer functions and the steady-state error values. And then in a continuation video, we will solve the second half, designing a feedback controller PID type with the simplest possible structure to get some specifications. So let us concentrate on the first problem. The idea is that the equations we are having here denote the velocity output of this electromechanical system, let's say. This U is the manipulated variable, say a voltage source or whatever. And this D is a disturbance that, in an electromechanical system may be physically interpreted as some input power source offset or unexpected load or friction or whatever. And the transfer functions are, well, this one with respect to the manipulated variable and this one with respect to the disturbance. So good. Then if we want to measure this speed measured variable and control it, then we can express that problem statement as the block diagram we see below, in which this thing I am surrounding in green is the open loop process. The velocity is the superposition of the disturbance and the manipulated variable U effects, each of them with a transfer function. And then this part here is the feedback controller, which will be a PID type control, let's say, error-based, 1 degree of freedom, if you know what that means. And then the overall closed loop is as depicted in the block diagram. So now that we understand what is the overall setup we need to design a controller for, let's see the questions that were asked in the examination. So if we read what we are being asked, we are dividing the solution of this problem in two questions. Part A, just derive, let's say, the two closed-loop transfer functions for the error E of S, because indeed we need to compute two transfer functions because we have two inputs to my closed-loop block diagram. Then it asks us to calculate the transfer functions and the steady state of the error final value when subject to step, setpoint, and disturbance increments, with some generic amplitudes indicated here. They ask me to do so for both a generic proportional controller and a generic proportional integral controller. That's the first question. And then the second question is that based on what we have found in the first sub-question, we need to design a PID type controller to fulfill some specifications. But okay, that will be discussed in detail later on, so let us concentrate on the first half on computing the closed-loop transfer functions and the final value. So, if I copy the block diagram for convenience, this transfer function will be denoted as M of S, this one as G of S, and this one as C of S. And in the problem statement, I am requested to solve for E. So, for sure, the final result will be that E of S will be some closed-loop transfer function from setpoint to error times this reference input plus another closed-loop transfer function from disturbance to error. And we are asked to compute these two transfer functions. Which are they? Well, if we solve for the error, we know that as everything is in Laplace domain, I will omit the S argument. The error will be reference minus the measured speed, which will be reference minus GU plus MD by replacing, let's say, that sub-block diagram into the, and the control action will actually be the controller C times the error. So now we have all the ingredients to solve for the error, because 1 plus GC times error will be R minus MD, and hence the error will be 1 over 1 plus GC times the setpoint plus minus M over 1 plus GC times the disturbance. So good. Then we have the two required transfer functions for a generic controller, and now we must replace a proportional controller and a proportional integral controller and manipulate a little bit to finish the result in pretty form. Let's do it. So let us now replace the transfer functions and the controllers. So A1 was doing things with a proportional controller. Then proportional controller is just putting here a KP, let's say. So now, if we multiply times S plus 10 in the numerator and denominator of this big fraction, it's easy to realize that we end up with S plus 10 and S plus 10 plus 50 kp down here, and this thing there. So we have the two requested transfer functions highlighted in cyan. Next thing that we were asked was the final value when setpoint and disturbance have some step shape. Well, in that case, from the concept of DC gain, we know that E final value, let me call E infinity, will be this thing, final value theorem, and of course, if setpoint and disturbances are steps, then the Laplace transform are the things in red here. So now I realize that I can simplify S up and down. So the result will be just replacing s by 0 in these closed loop transfer functions. So if I replace that times 0, this is the final result being asked. So depending on the controller gain, I will have some loop error, and as expected, as my process had no integrators, and neither my controller did, we have a non-zero position error for any finite value of the proportional gain, so this proportional control will not be able to achieve zero tracking error in a steady state. But well, this was the first question asked. The second question was do the same with a proportional integral controller, and of course with an integral controller we will have zero steady state error. Let us obtain the transfer functions and prove that indeed that zero error is what we obtain. So if I now repeat the computations with a proportional integral controller like this, it's just copying and changing a little bit the denominator. So now multiplying by s plus 10 top and bottom of the fractions, I will get this transfer function for the setpoint changes to error plus this one from disturbance to error in closed loop. So these were the two requested transfer functions. And then applying again final value theorem. This was with proportional control, non-zero error, but with proportional integral control. We have zero error because, indeed, if we replace this by 0, the s variable gets to 0, and then operating well. This 0 multiplies everything, and this 0 in the numerator also multiplies everything by 0. So we get 0 error as intuitively expected, because if I have here 1 over s, then if the closed loop is stable, which was an assumption in the problem statement, if the closed loop is stable, this signal must forcefully be 0, because otherwise, if this is not 0 in steady state, then U would be a ramp and the signals will not be bounded. So if all signals in steady state are bounded by constants, then the inputs to the integrators in the block diagram must be 0. This is a quick proof by contradiction, or well, we can have an algebraic proof by computing the transfer functions as requested in the problem statement and then replacing the s variable by 0. So we get 0 error, and with that we finished answering this first question here. We will use the results of that question in the second half because, well, as we will be requested 0 error, proportional control will not be valid, so for sure we'll need a proportional integral control. The details on that will be left for a continuation video. For the moment being, we end here. Thanks for watching.